What about this one? There you go. Okay. Now you guys should be able to hear me. How it's going to be keep on going reconnecting, which is going to drive me absolutely fucking nuts. So, who is here? But somebody let me know that you can hear me again, because I think you can. Joe, can you hear me? Joe, I'll put it in chat. Okay, got a thumbs up. All righty, dighty. Coolio. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so very much. Say hello, sweet God. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it, because it was a bit dicey right there. Oh, you had a lightning strike somewhere nearby earlier. Wow. And your Wi-Fi is out too. Yeah, I keep on getting they're like reconnecting. So if I go out or something, if you can't hear, and I can't control that. As much as I'd love to have that superpower, I don't, I just don't. But I do want to say hello to everybody. So let me scroll on up and see. Oh, goodness. Now I can't even flip and scroll. And I don't have my mouse. Oh, damn it. Damn it. I hit something. And I went to the wrong place because I don't have my mouse. I was bitching about that. Wednesday, I had my third round of Botox injections for my dystonia. And this time, I can come on camera and hopefully it'll look like I have a top on, because I have on a sundress that is, tied in the front and has spaghetti straps. Not like you guys would want to look at that or that you really care, but let's try this. Oh, why is it doing that when I go on camera? Holy crap. Okay, let's see if there's a background issue. Ugh, nope, wrong thing. Cancel that. Oh, good Lord, where am I going? Okay, maybe I just won't do that. First, do I have to do this? Well, I'm going to ditch that for now. I'm not going to sit here and screw around with that because, we got other things to do, other things to talk about, and all that sort of noise, So I see Sherry is here. Joe is here. Hello, hello. And Magical Ned, so good to see you. You're here but could fall asleep. I totally understand that. Pink hands waiting. Thank you so much. I love those. The most eventful thing. Why do you think I'm talking about it? It is like I've been coming on. So I'm like, why am I going to come on and talk about absolutely nothing? It's like, yeah, guess what? There's still nothing. Next day. Yeah, there's nothing. Next month. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, it's been just kind of snooze fest. So I'm like, I got other shit going on in my life. I just can't. But anyway, I'm saying hi to you guys. Then I'm going to tell you about the dystonia thing. And we're going to get to all of the other stuff too. Oh my gosh, what side is Susie on? See, that's the funny thing, is watching where people are going, who they're supporting. I mean, it's just like, well, if you saw my post on my community tab and, my inference is like, and now this just looks like a dog fight. So much infighting and everything, which is like, good Lord. It's like, oh, you guys are such a family. You're so close and love each other so much. Oh my gosh. And it's kind of like, we kind of predicted that, just kind of waiting for something to happen to tear everything apart, because that's what happens in these things. It's not unusual. This is not the first time this has happened. And it's not going to be the last time. Hello there, Salami. How are you doing, my love? I'm so glad to see you. Does she sit with Marty or stand with Mufareh? Oh, I'm so glad. I can't even talk. It's the lost Tiny Dinger. Oh my gosh. Seeing what is going on with Foodie, it's like, I can't. I just can't. I mean, goodness tooth. I'm so sorry, Sherry. I am so sorry. That just sucks so much. Oh my gosh, that just hurts. Hello, Violet. So nice to see you. Nice to see everyone. Hey, Mark, how are you? Hope you're doing very well. Um, and I'm so sorry. I cannot pronounce your name. It starts with a B. So I just kind of get lost there. So, but there are pink hands waving. So thank you so very much for that. But I'm saying hi to you, and I'm so sorry. I do not know how to pronounce your name. Please forgive me. Hello there, Monhun. How are you doing, my love? I hope you are doing very, very well. And hello, and I'm so very sorry, but I do not know how to pronounce your name, Deepali. And if I did not say it correctly, I am so, so sorry. And thank you so very much for the pink hands waving. I've got Salsa is laying next to me on the fuzzy blanket, and Chalupa is laying next to my leg on the bed, just like, he's like, I'm good. He went to the vet earlier this month to get everything checked out, and Miss Salsa is due as well. She's looking at me like, you know what? Don't use my name in the same sentence as vet. That's what she's saying. So anyway, my dystonia, I got 400 units put in, which goes into my head, along my jaw, my neck, and my mid back. And I had that done on Wednesday. And let me tell you, I was so loopy. It was almost like I was stoned or something. I mean, I was so out of it from having that injection in me, and I fell asleep, and I don't know. I made the mistake. I went to the Galleria, which is a mall here in Houston, and there's like Galleria 1, Galleria 2, Galleria 3, Galleria 4. Galleria 4 is where Nordstrom's is, and the Doc Martin store is over there. And I hadn't been into the store, so I just wanted to go and look around and try on a couple of things and just see how they, fit, because when I have bought stuff, I've just bought it online. Some very nice guys in there. We chitter chatted, and I just tried on some things. I didn't buy anything because, I just don't need more right now. But I just recently did get some really kick-ass mid-calf boots. So super cute. And I'll post a picture eventually on my community tab of me wearing those. They're so, so cute. I just love them. But I got lost trying to find my car because I was chatting on the phone with my bestie who had just gotten back from visiting family who are in Australia. She's from Australia. So she and I are just going, just being girls, going blah, 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 just talking and talking and talking and talking. And I just go up into the mall, not really paying attention to what the color is, where I parked or anything. Didn't remember what door I came in on. Hey, Jelly. And so I just was like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go find the store. And so I'm on one and I'm looking up above because I figured it was on the second floor. And I'm like, okay, there it is. Found the escalator, went up there. And then I wandered around through the wrong parking garage on one level, then on another level. Then I'm like, you know what? Let me go back into the Doc Martin store. And so I did. And the little guy I'm trying to park. That's where I went. And he didn't know where the hell I was talking about, but he was trying to help me. And then I got accosted in the mall because I'm trying to, walk around and figure out where the hell I'm going. And somebody wanted to show me their soaps. And I'm like, look, I make soaps. And I just all of a sudden get attacked. Oh, that's great. And they're putting stuff on my hands. And this guy starts talking to me, and he's the manager. And this costs this, and this costs that. And which one do you like the best? I'm like, look, dude, I cannot get anything right now because I am broke. can't get a thing, you know. And he just kept on going. I'm like, look, I'm serious. And then I, you know, gave him some backstory on something. And I'm like, I told you, I don't have anything. And so then I finally got out, but it's like, good Lord, like, look, I'm just trying to get out of here. I was trying to get to my damn car. And I told her where I went, and she told me where to go. But what I did was I walked out, I went to the street. So I'm on West Alabama, and I'm like, okay, there it is. And I just walked down the ramp because I knew once I went down the ramp as if I was a car, I'd find my car. And I did. But it was like, that's when all of like the wooziness from having the injection started hitting me. So I'm dealing with this dude and the soaps and all that, not being able to find my car. And I'm just going, I just need to get some water because I was like, from the medications I take, I have like dry mouth, like 24/7, 365. I'm like, I am so damn thirsty. Oh my God, I need my water bottle. And I eventually, as soon as I got in the car, I'm like, chug, 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 chug. And then my girlfriend that I was talking to, and you know, and then we just continued chatting. So that was my day of getting the injections. And by the time I got home, took the dogs out, I'm like, oh, holy hell, I just need to, you know, pass out from this. Good Lord. And I woke up like at 3 o'clock in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep. That's what that was. It was like just a bizarre experience. And so for a couple of days, this is day 2, and I'm not able to really use my heating pad, which I'm dying to do. And I'm not able to massage myself, which I'm dying to do. So I'm just having to refrain. And that is so, so hard. Oh, they are scammers that happen to your friend. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they're, yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I just, but I'm back. So I'm sorry if things are in and out, but the storm, I can't do anything about the storm because we did get the notification earlier about that. She said it was like being hypnotized. Well, I wasn't hypnotized. I mean, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. So there is that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at what happened last night when, you know, the grand poobah of the, I guess, the leaders or the so-called leaders came on and, you know, had a little cohort with him. And I think it's really funny seeing the AI picture of her. I think that's hilarious. So then you're aware of it. And I am seeing like my mic is going in and out. And I'm sorry, I really can't do anything about that. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's see. And then you guys, we're going to have to play the game. Can you hear me? I mean, can you hear it? Kind of a thing. Let's see. Oh, I put it on the wrong place. Oh, that will work. Yeah. What am I thinking? Okay, I'm losing my mind. It's on the right place. Okay. And hang on just a second. It keeps going in and out. Too, sometimes it will go in and out. And that's really annoying. And you know what? Let me see. I do have a lot of tabs open on something. So let me see if I can close a bunch of shit and if that's going to make a difference. Because I was looking at a bunch of shit because I had to report another fraud case thing that I had to deal with. And that's fun. That's just always fun. Diff all this shit up. So we'll just do this. So, you know, entertain yourselves. Into some stuff because something else is going on, and I'll kind of let you guys know just a little bit is there's a very good chance that I could be relocating somewhere. And I mean, it's a good thing because I would be near someone that I've known since, and it would just be a bucket of fun to be there with her and her husband, which I've known him since they started dating. So I mean, it's like these people are like family to me, which would be absolutely. We can should help some with that. And do I have any others? Anything else? Do I have anything else? Okay. Let's see if that works better. Hey there, Queen. How are you? Exactly. The 23 open tabs. Yeah. I mean, I did because I was like, I'm looking at, you know, where I'm looking to move to. And I just totally forgot about I had so much stuff. And I think I had like double screens opened and stuff. And then there's the storm. And then I constantly am just normally running into connection dropping. So we'll just try this. Okay. Now I did see this last night. So this is not a cold reaction, but I think it's a good thing to, you know, watch it more than once because words matter in terms of what is said and what is unsaid. So we'll just go with that. And I'll just make sure we're at the beginning. It says, oh, that's close enough. We're good. We're good. Can you guys hear that? Just let me know. Put it in the chat if you can hear that. Can you hear Marty? And I'll put that in the chat. Can you hear Marty? Because I just want to make sure, because sometimes, you know, we have that game of, oh, we can't hear him. And then, oh, we can hear him. So I just want to make sure. My pain right now does feel a bit better. It's not like all the way gone, but it is a bit better. But I did notice there was a shift. No, you can't hear him. Thank you. Okay. So let me then try moving him. Marty, hush. Hush. I have other things popping up. Would you? Okay. Everything needs to stop popping up. Okay. Give me a second here. Oh, okay. Over here, I had some tabs too. I thought there were some other tabs somewhere else. Hang on. Oh, yeah. There's something with Mike that we might look at as well. Because, you know, we got to spread the love, right? Always got to spread the love. Because I know they're all just like freaking out. And everybody has an opinion about it. I mean, I'm sure that you guys have opinions. I have opinions. We all have opinions. And guess what? You are okay with having an opinion. You're allowed to have one. Let's put that over here. Okay. I didn't want you to start. Hush. Hush. I did not want you to start yet. Okay. Now. Him over there. think that's the right one. Okay. So we'll try this again. Okay, let me know if you can hear him.
Up, and it was aimed towards me and Robin.
Let me know now. How about now? 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 Anyone? Anyone? Please? 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 Can you hear him? Please, please? Someone? Anyone? Please let me know. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Okay. All right.
And I'm going to say something, and I swear to God on this. I don't know what I did. Now, you would think.
Oh, damn it. Now, there was that pop-up in the OES that's from Ash. That's like, yo, I don't trust Marty nor Robin anymore. Hasta la Vega, baby. You know, they're out of here. So that's pretty much, that was it. So that's what he's referencing. And I'm sure you guys already knew that. But in case somebody didn't know, I figured I'd let you know.
Would tell me what I was accused of. And when I went and told Robin that nobody's talking to me, now she's accused of the same thing, which we don't know what it is.
Now, right there, what I want to say is nobody is talking to me. And these are people, Marty, that you said you're ride and die kind of folks, you know, like they are just like the best people, and you know, you're all on the same page and blah 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 blah. And Ash came to see you in the hospital, and oh my gosh, kissy kissy, you know, we're all just loving each other, and oh, we're going to the top and our ears are gonna pop, blah 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 blah. Hey Level, how are you doing? And it's like, okay, so now no one's talking to you. Wow, that really shows you how close you actually are, because you never were. And it really shows you that it is just based on what you can or cannot do. And you're sitting over here in the mystery bus going, I just don't know what happened. Well, you know, if I were you, Marty, what I'd do is take a really good, hard look of everything you've done over the past 6.5 years and look in the mirror. And I'd also look at your history of what you have done in this industry and put it on the honesty scale, the real honesty scale, not the fake one that you've been using, but the real honesty scale. And, you know, think about, would you trust yourself? Would you up and up person? If you were your father, would you be proud of what you have done over the past, I don't know, 20 years? I've heard your damn story so many times. It's like 20 years, 50 years. I don't care. But if you were your father, would you be proud of what you've done over that time period? Do some self-reflection, sir. I would say start there. Yep, transactional relationships in a scam never. It's like that's the whole thing. That's all this ever is. All the time. Yep, everyone's replaceable. Did anybody watch Dance Moms? That's something that Abby said all the time. Everyone's replaceable. It's the same thing in a damn scam. No one's ever really your friend, just like being in the mob. You're not really in a family. You don't really have friends because you don't know when somebody's going to turn around and, they're going to take out something and go pop, pop. You just don't know. It's the same damn thing. So, I mean, I have just barely started it, but just for the very beginning, you got to look at that. And you got to look at what you've been doing and really look at it from an honest perspective. Not that you are telling the world about it. Do some internal, what is it called? Like, self-reflection. Even if you start writing it down, journaling about it, and really look the type of individual and how you've gotten people into things and whether or not they have been beneficial to everyone, or if they've been mostly beneficial to you. And maybe, you're a little trio. And when all that started, I'd say really, really dig deep within yourself. And I'd also say, if your child had been doing what you've been doing during this, would you be proud of your child doing all these things? And notice I'm not pointing out exactly what they are, Marty. Just go ahead and think about all the things. All the things. Just think about them. Think about really who you are, not who you've presented. Let me see. Hey there. I'm so sorry I cannot say your name, but hello. Thank you for joining. And Monhun says, since ONPASSIVE was the last business he's ever going to be in, I guess he's going to be done with online businesses, right? Yeah, I guess so. He's a man of his word after all. Yep, right. As honest as the day is long. That's what he's been selling us. When I say us, I don't mean myself. I don't mean most of the people in my chat that are have been going yo, this ain't right. Doesn't pass the sniff test. And everybody else is like, oh, what are you talking? Oh, it's fine. Never. And this all should be something that all of you should be looking at and going, damn, if this can happen to Marty, what about the rest of us that, don't have a close relationship? Would this person who has been our leader that we love and have made 10,000 songs about and, done nothing but express how much that basically he is your second coming and all of that, maybe you need to kind of reflect and go maybe that all of that was fake, because guess what? It was. It always has been. But maybe you'll wake up. And that's what I'm hoping for you, is that you'll wake up. And when you do wake up, and even when you're not awake, connections back. Oh gosh, not here to speak poorly to the people, and I'm talking about just not the leaders, but the people, the little people, so to speak, who thought that they were who've been following this, so closely year after year, and they put money into it, and they are on this struggle bus, and all they've been doing is trying to get this, please just launch, please get what I thought I was going to get, which has never and will never happen. Hey, CD. Those are the people I'm talking about. You guys can come here and not say a word. And if you're ever ready to talk, you can. I'm not here to say oh my gosh, y'all are awful people. But the people who have been, misrepresenting things, That's something here, and I will trash their behavior. Joe, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that super chat. I so greatly appreciate it. It just hit me. Marty didn't get any super chats yesterday. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. Isn't that interesting? And and here's the thing also. What happened? Oh my gosh, I mean, I literally haven't even gotten into this damn video yet. What happened yesterday is like, okay, in an actual company, like a real company with an actual CEO, CFO, human resources, yada, 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 all of that sort of thing. It's not handled like this. HR, number one, is going to handle something, whining and complaining about what happened. And when they're let go, that's not like announced in the way that Ash announced it to everyone. It's a private matter handled between adults in an adult and professional way. This was like what would happen on a playground. Somebody did something bad. I don't like them anymore. Don't trust them. And then the people who that was said about come like, oh, wait, that person's mean. I really didn't do anything. Why are they being mean to me? It's childish behavior. I could never imagine a functioning company like where I work. There have been plenty of times when there's been transitions and people have left, in like directors and, people at the C level and stuff. And there's announcements that somebody is leaving and then somebody is joining, and everything there's a communication channel and there's a communication plan, and it goes out and it's written up and everybody knows like, oh, okay. And they do not air the dirty laundry. They just don't. And now everybody is going like, well, what exactly happened? Because Ash put it out in such a kind of like he does everything, doesn't really say anything, but kind of drops something. And you're left wondering, which is not fair to Marty and is not fair to everybody else, because this should have been handled behind closed doors like adults. And then an announcement made that there has been like a separation. And that's it. Period. Period. So Mark says, Marty has been making money. Yep, on the back of ONPASSIVE for a while. Is Ash ditching him because of the SEC case, trying to distance himself from the money-making aspect? I don't think it's that, but that's a good question. Yeah, and what? Queen's companies. Marty will be sitting by himself at the lunch table. And Beth says, exactly, it wasn't professional when Kamal or Nazal left either. Ash is so unprofessional and unethical. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Monhun says, it would be funny if Ash keeps posting a slightly different pop-up denouncing Marty every day, once for each of Marty's positions until they're all fully terminated. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. He was serving at Ash's pleasure. He could have been axed at any point. Exactly. That's the whole thing with this, scam. Any kind of scam. And it can just be like, let go. And everybody can be like, you know what? Sorry. Well, they don't even say sorry. It's just like all of a sudden you're a non-person. The other day, I watched a video and I don't remember the channel name. And it was about, I don't want to say Japan. It was somewhere in Asia. Maybe it was about China. And I don't remember the year, but there was this thing called the Cold Palace. And if somebody, an empress, had displeased the emperor in a way, this woman went to live in the Cold Palace, in which she had no more contact with her family or friends or the outside world. Only eunuchs, a couple of eunuchs, like brought her food. And it was meant to be a punishment. It was a lifetime. And she had like this small little courtyard, and that was it. The money that used to go to her no longer is going to her. It's like she is relegated as a non-person and is never spoken about again. And that's kind of like what has happened to Marty and Robin. They're now non-people. We do not speak of them. Okay. Let's just go ahead and continue.
It is 6.5 years, 10 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week, doing live.
Okay. Right there. It's like 6.5 years, 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day. Working on something. Now, we all know he got paid by Ashy Poo. Because who in the hell is going to do that 10 hours a day and not get some coin? I mean, seriously.
That's longer than anybody else. No one was more dedicated. I don't get it. I don't get it. People are forgiven. They've done massive things. If I did something, I'm going to say it again. I don't know what it was. I swear to God, I don't know what it was. I spent 70 days in the hospital. I come back for like a week or 2 weeks, and I'm the Black Plague. I'm
Marty, sir, then that should really tell you how much you actually meant to this person who was allegedly your quote brother, who so quickly kicked you to the curb. You know, it should be a lesson to you, sir. And again, I offer to you to do all that self-reflection that I mentioned earlier, to really look inside at yourself, of the human you truly are, not what you present or attempt to present, because there are people that see through it.
I'm enemy number one. And people just clam up. Chris, why aren't you talking to me? Won't tell me, won't answer. I don't know. The same thing. And I know, and I'm not acting like I know. It's so sad. It's so sad to know.
Marty, it is sad. And I mean, it's like, I'm not sad that this is happening to you, but I'm sad for those other little people that they know that they are now disposable, because it shows you everyone is disposable. No one means a damn thing. And everyone who you think is your bestie ain't. It's all a fake world that has been created.
Something that I thought was what happened.
Pushing something, admitting right here that he was pushing something, and that something being unpassive, read between the lines. And you know what? I think it's kind of dangerous coming out here and saying that. Because, there can be people and entities watching things and, taking notes. And, it's like you're just kind of admitting wrongdoing right there. But too late. It's out there.
To be able to hang out with people around the world, think from somebody. If I did, I don't know. I don't know. I got people saying that I'm asking for money from one of my other accounts. I never asked for money. Did people give me money? Yes. To help me with my bills. Yes, they did.
Beth, I am so glad that you find in your heart to find empathy for Marty. I don't. Not for Marty. Now, for the children that live with him, those I do have empathy for because it impacts them. And those are the people I worry about because of the person who was supposed to protect them has been involved in something that is that's who I was in, to align themselves with something again and again and again for many years that teeter on, is this right? Is this wrong? And it really leans to like, we're not really doing anything ethical. We're really taking advantage of people. That kind of leans over in that area because he's modeling this behavior for those young people. Those are the ones that I have empathy for. Him, I don't. As an adult, he's made this choice time and time again. And he knows the game by now. So that's me though.
But I'm going to give you the facts.
Jelly, we are going to watch it from today.
I haven't paid my mortgage in 15 months.
Okay, right there. Does that make any sense? I haven't paid my mortgage in 15 months. Now, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'd have to do some Googling how many months you can get by with not paying your mortgage. But it's hard for me to believe that you can not pay your mortgage for over a damn year, plus having gotten coin, as we know, from, the one at the top. What did you do with that? And the money that you got a hefty sum, sir. What the hell did you do with that? So it's really hard for me to believe that you have it. Plus, you get funds for each child that you watch, each grandchild, and you're on disability too. So you have money coming in, and you've been getting super chats, and people probably just, sent you money. Somebody probably did some kind of like fundraiser for Marty. So 15 months. I just don't believe that. That does not sound realistic. But it sounds like he's just trying to be like, I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Whereas he has been victimizing other people.
16 months. I lost my long-term disability from my job when I turned. and I've been struggling. And I've had many businesses come up and I said no. I've seen people badmouth the company, do things, cross recruit, nothing. Are they ever mentioned in a post? Listen, you all know me. If everything I've done that was positive and you don't hear anything, or I'm not sure what happened, I can't defend myself. I shouldn't have to defend myself. Whatever it was, it's either a hack or I did it by accident. And if I did it,
Oh my gosh. This is what I think is hilarious. Basically, I didn't really do it. It was a hack. Somebody hacked and did it. It wasn't me. Or somehow I just did something by accident. Oops. That just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Monhun says, can't pay the mortgage, but can buy endless meat for his carnivore diet when just eating less would have been healthier and more economical. Wow. Yeah. I mean, wow. It's, and the thing is that Marty has been through other organizations that have collapsed. And if I would get to 10, he is seen now being treated or something in a similar type way. And now he's on the receiving end of it. And also, I mean, didn't he like kind of separate from Chris and kind of stop hanging out with Chris? Yet that was his brother and they were so close. And now there's bad blood there. I mean, it's very similar, but yet different, because Chris didn't like create ONPASSIVE or anything. But still, all of a sudden, we're just like, oh, nope, nope, can't have you around. Nope, nope, nope. But when it happens to him, we're out and basically have a pity party about it publicly, which I again would say this should be handled behind closed doors and not publicly. It's a bad look all the way around. Oh, Beth says what? I got heck excuse came after he told us he used the app but didn't know what it was. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. I just didn't know. I just didn't. Oh my gosh, I'm so innocent, said Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I mean, said Diddy. I mean, like, all these people that are the same thing that they have been accused of, and that, or that they had like been found guilty of or anything like that. But yet, it's What about now? There. What about now? You should be able, okay, it's like I can see that it's moving. Let me know. Can you hear me now? Hey, Chelsea. Can you hear now? Oh, and you can see me too. Can you hear and see me? And you guys can see me too? Oh, and by the way, this patch, this is that transdermal patch thing that I have to wear for pain that I change every week. Okay. So yay. All right. So now let me go ahead and I'll go off camera. But now, you know, I'm a real person in case you thought I was like, you know, not a person. I think this is the one because I have this up in 2 places. Make sure you
didn't know it was wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what he's
the business or even Mr. Mufareh. And then I get a message like that to it. Robin's been dealing with health issues for the last year and a half. She's barely been on anything.
Okay, so now he's going to get angry at Ash publicly. Again, this is something that you do behind closed doors with adults, you know? Oh, thank you about the hat. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know that Robin has been dealing with health issues, and I do hope that she is okay. Again, I don't want anybody to have poor health issues because it sucks. However, when you are part of the people who speaks out all the time on panel and your every word, then, you know, I mean, the fact that you're getting called out is like, you know, I don't feel bad about that, but I don't like that you've had health problems. We all know it's a life wave pet. Oh yeah, right, Monhun. Right, absolutely. Absolutely. They're acting like they're in high school. I mean, I think it's more like grade school. I mean, really, like they're out on the playground. And it's just like, I mean, it's hilarious and sad at the same time and shocking. It's like, because this involved, because I haven't covered something else for this extended period of time. And then, you know the players well and all of that. Even though I haven't been, you know, streaming or anything recently because I've just had, you know, shit going on and all of that. But again, until recently, there's just really been not anything to really talk about. But this really brings up that you never had what you were, 1, sold, 2, you came to believe, 3, you then full on were like, oh, it's completely real, even though it's always been smoke and mirrors and it's never been real. Look at as if it is, even when there are red flags waving everywhere, you cannot unsee that. You're like, oh, nope, 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 nope. Can't do that. Can't do that. Nope, nope, nope. That's going to wreck my reality. And right now, your reality is crashing down. And that's not something that's easy to go through, to have your world flipped. Now, again, when I'm talking like this, it's really for the little people, because they've had the world flipped on them. And those are the people that I'm much more concerned about, because they really have absolutely has had plenty of conversations with Ashy Poo. And I'm sure Robin has been around as well. At the very least, she has been part of the in crowd of the leaders.
To wake up one day and this is what I'm getting. I'm putting a line in the sand. I'm not going to support them. They're not who they say they are. I think there's a lot of people who aren't who they say they are, because I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. All these so-called leaders, if somebody said something bad about them, I would think, I have to go ask them. No. People I spent time with, people I spent.
Now that
Who told me, he's like.
But did I just back it up? Was it actually somewhere else? I think I just backed it up. Or did I not? I think it was all the way up to here. I think it was up to here. Let's see.
Around long. So I built it for my wife.
Oh, no, I wasn't all the way there. Okay.
6.5 years pushing something that I thought was.
I think I heard that.
And I've been struggling. And I've had many businesses come up and I say.
Okay, I don't think I heard that. Okay, where was I on this? Does anybody know the marker? I think it was 150 something. Okay, I'm just going to be at 152. I'm just going to start there. I'm not sure if I did something and I moved it. Yeah, that's absolutely true. That is absolutely true, Joe. And and the whole thing is like going through those motions, and that's exactly what it is. People going through motions, putting on a show, making it seem like it is reality when in fact it's a distorted version of reality.
I've spent 6.5 years pushing something that I thought was the best thing that ever happened. To be able to hang out with people around the world, talk to people, uplift people. Did I take something from somebody? If I did, I don't know. For money from one of my other accounts. I never asked for money. Did people give me money? Yes. To help me with my bills. Yes, they did. But
I never asked for money. Well, you were getting money from, Ashy Poo. Hello. You've been getting super chats for how long? How much have you gotten super chats over the years, sir? You didn't ask for that, but you knew that was going to come. That was part of the game. That's part of why you kept on doing what you were doing, is you were getting money from people. And, your videos out there, if they rewatch them, and AdSense, hello.
I give you the facts. $15 months.
Okay.
Because I lost my.
And that's like, I'm telling you, 15, 16 months bullshit. I smell
and I've been struggling. And I've had many businesses come up and I said no. I've seen people badmouth the company, do things, cross-recruit, nothing. Are they ever mentioned in a post? Listen, you all know me. If everything I've done that.
But do they? Do people actually know who he is? No, they don't. They know a version of you. Mark, thank you so much for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so very much. They actually know you because they haven't, been with you on a one-on-one, face-to-face. They know what you put out to the world as you don the hat of part of ONPASSIVE Nation, and you don the hat of being an ONPASSIVE leader. They don't know you as Marty DeGarmo without wearing those hats. Does that make sense to you guys? That they only know him through that? It's almost like there is gauze in front of people's eyes because it's a filtered kind of version of Marty and of all that is presented to the world, as opposed to like the true self. Because you've got to be willing to distort things in a way so that people say yes. And when they say yes, it benefits you. And I'll let you guys read between the lines with all that. Because I'm not going to say anything outright and be accused of, slander or whatever, or defamation. But that's basically, in my opinion, in all of this. And Lulu, you bring up a very good point, and that is absolutely true, is that when people are in this sort of a position and they too have drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak, because they've been indoctrinated into it. And also, he's been indoctrinated into the business opportunity cult again and again and again and again because of the many years he's been involved in it, as has Ash. But Ash has created many things, but they know how to use that language, and they know, like, there's a part of them like that believes the baloney about like the law of attraction, when in fact, it's like something that happened and there's really no correlation to anything, no causation, none of that. But yeah, I do think he probably doesn't know who he is. And I think that's also some of the issues that the leaders will go through, is like, who am I? How do I find who I was before this? And will I be able to find who I actually am? Let's see. And then Monhun says, now he knows how the other 799,950 non-core founders have felt for years, marginalized, used, and abused. Very well said for the other founders, but I doubt he will. Yeah, I just don't think that will happen either. I think that there is just a lot of self-centeredness within it. Takara says, what is the reasoning for a cult leader like Ash to cause chaos like this? This just seems like he would lose followers. Why would a cult leader intentionally sabotage their own cult? I don't think Ash sees that he's sabotaging anything. I think he sees it as he's cleansing. And by that, like he's protecting everything by getting rid of what he feels things to go south, to turn bad. That's the way that I look at it. And that's there's so many reasons. It's like, and there's also things that we don't yet know. Because there could be there could have been something that triggered Ash, and we don't know what that thing is. So right now it is just pure conjecture. But, you know, I would have to say there had to have been something that triggered him in order to just have this pop up in the back office. But again, it's still unprofessional. It's still very not adult-like. And it's still very much like you are on the playground, you know. And the bully is saying, it's just everybody's being a bully, and you know, they're just all infighting. You know, Craig's power, but Ash can still maintain. He maintains the power because he is getting rid of anything that does not align with the vision. Hey, Heather. Marty and Robin don't fit Ash's aesthetic anymore. The appearance of being a financially comfortable, naive retiree. They can't fake the finance anymore because they need so much. That's stuff going on. And they're not a fit for the company, you know, to, I guess, draw in others. So that's a very interesting perspective, I think. See. Mark says, maybe Marty was too much of a threat for Ash with his following. Ash got annoyed at, yeah, no, it's funny that you mentioned Michael. Like, where has Mr. Aim been at one stage for being too popular? Narcissist behavior. Yeah, narcissists do want all the attention on them. And, you know, well, you know, and maybe he wasn't getting, Ash wasn't being fed what he needed to be fed from these two in terms of supply. Progress yet again. Yeah, because nothing has happened. And Queen says it's called denunciation. I got a pink hand waving. Why, thank you so much for the pink hand waving. I appreciate that. Hail on passive, praise before. Yep. Queen says, Mr. A might have been booted out before Marty. Julie ended her show with him, and he hasn't been seen since. Well, it's kind of interesting that he hasn't been seen, because I just kind of wonder why. Ron left and has and so has Rob from Rob Lynn Live, all before Marty. But they weren't publicly shown the door. Like, up, now he's exit stage left. Here you go. Why didn't Ash call out Michael like he did Marty? Well, I mean, these are things that We cannot know. We cannot possibly know those things. And we're all just like, again, conjecture on our parts of like why, when, where, how, and why. And that's, again, because of the way this was done in an unprofessional manner, it's causing everybody, whether you are, into ONPASSIVE and believe in everything that has ever been said, or if you're someone that has spoken out and you're like, this is a bunch of bullshit, and this is why this is a bunch of bullshit, and this is why, like, you guys, this is not good for you. We don't know exactly what caused this to happen. Period. We just do not know. But is it unsettling? Absolutely. Is it like odd? It is. For within this bubble. Has it happened in other instances? Absolutely. It's not unusual for this type of an organization. Okay, I'm gonna play some more of this because I'm like, otherwise I want to sit here and just keep rambling.
It was positive, and you don't hear anything, or I'm not sure what happened. I can't defend myself. I shouldn't have to defend myself. Whatever it was, it's either a hack or I did it by accident. And if I did it, I didn't know it was wrong. Because the business or even Mr. Mufareh. And then I get a message like that. And then what does he do? He adds Robin into it. Robin's been dealing with health issues for the last year and a half. She's barely been on anything. To wake up one day and this is what I'm getting. I'm putting a line in the sand. I'm not going to support them. They're not who they say they are. I think there's a lot of people who aren't who they say they are, because I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. All these so-called leaders, if somebody said something bad about them, I would think, I have to go ask them. No. People I've spent time with, people I've spent hours with, people I've cried, I've laughed with. Well, I'm blown away. By the way, all the positions I ever had on ONPASSIVE were in my wife's name. You know why? Because I was over 400 pounds, 60-some-year-old man. I didn't think I was going to be around long. So I built it for my wife.
Oh, good Lord. There we go again. Stating, I didn't put any of this in my name. And that's just not how you do things, you know? I know I'm not exactly sure the legalities of all of that, but it's not a good look if anybody happens to, like, look into him and they see this. It looks very suspicious.
From day one. So you can read that and believe what you want. I hope you don't. I'm still going to come on. I'm still going to talk on YouTube. I am not representing the company, okay? So don't think I am. I don't have any inside scoop, obviously, because to Mr. Mufareh and the family now, I'm lower than low. Almost 1 million people, and he names 2 of us of being public enemy number 1. I have never been this crushed in my life. And I'm still not healthy. I don't sleep well, especially for the last few weeks because nobody's talking to me. And he thinks I'm playing a game that I know something I don't know. You accuse me of something and you don't even talk to me. You used to talk to me 2-3 times a week for 6.5 years. I never turned my back, no matter what happened, ever. And this is what I get. This is what Robin gets. I can't even think of the words to say. I don't get it. But I had to plead my case. Everybody out there that knows me knows me. I've had people write me saying really nice things. Marty, what's going on? I don't know. And then he writes in there, I do know. Guys, he said, I do know. I swear to God, I do not know. And I'm not going to fight for something. I've been accused and never had my day in court. I never had a chance to defend myself. Maybe it was taken out of context. I don't know what it was. And this guy that forgives everybody and looks at the good in people came to me, kissed me on my forehead, hand-fed me. And this is what I get 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, from everybody I knew, so-called leaders. But my true friends, the true people came out. I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to mention names. They're going to get slammed too. Anyway, I got to turn over to Robin. I got to get a drink.
Hello, everybody. The shock and sadness of what I read is beyond words, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what I've been accused of. I don't know if my friendship with Marty has condemned me to some fate, that a friendship has been destroyed with other people. I don't know what everybody else knows. And I too have been an ONPASSIVE for 6.5 years. I've traveled around the world to different countries. You helped bring me and make me alive again and brought me back to connecting with people. And yet here I find on this day that my integrity is being attacked without any respect, friendship, or professional courtesy, in that nobody has had the decency to pick up a phone or send a direct message or any form of communication to tell me what's being said and how my name is being dragged through the mud and what I'm being accused of. I can't even defend myself against this because I don't know what I'm defending myself against. I don't know what I've done wrong in the eyes of Mr. Mufareh, his family, the ONPASSIVE community. So I cannot even ask or beg for forgiveness, because to do that would be acknowledging something that I know that I've done wrong. And other than be a friend, I don't know what else. I have done nothing wrong. I have not promoted anything else. I just don't understand where this has come from and why nobody has had the courtesy, as I say, professional or friendship-wise, to tell me what is going on and what I've done wrong and what I'm being accused of. And I've heard it said before with other situations through jealousies, angers, and other emotions, if you want to put it there. Don't tell Robin because she'll tell Marty. Well, you know what? If somebody had had the courtesy to tell me what was going on, you're darn right I would have told Marty. That everybody has turned tails so very top to every other founder in this community. I know that there have recently been some posts, that has said, wait for a major announcement. Big news is coming, and it's being posted under Marty's name. There was one person who addressed the fact that this post in particular, which is in a big red box, was dated from 2024. And it was just prior to something that Mr. Mufareh was going to tell us in one of his webinars. So I think it is not only cruel, but I think this is a setup. And I think somebody or many somebodies have come together and have taken things out of context.
I think this is a set. That's rich. I think this is a setup. And, you know, I think that's an interesting choice of words. Because, again, I think it really shows that the relationships were never, ever what any, I'm sorry, if you guys hear some rattling around my, like, twisted up in some stuff. Hang on, let me get untwisted here. Good Lord. And I had to get up and go tinkle time because I was about to explode. But it's just rich hearing that it's a setup, because I feel like, I don't know if you lost sound or not. I feel like no responsibility and personal responsibility is an important thing to be able to do. But I also do think, I don't think it's fair for Ash to have posted everything publicly. And if you're posting it publicly and just letting everybody ponder and wonder, I think that's cruel. And I think that it is really uncalled for. And I think that Robin and Ash and Marty should have had a conversation, and like they knew, and then it's announced that, you know, ties have been broken with these people, but we're moving forward, and just leave it at that. And then the gossip machine would have taken over, because people are like, within this kind of thing, people are going to talk. Think that going to, so that is a setup
to deliberately incriminate Marty and or me now. And I think it is absolutely disgusting that we've not been given the courtesy and the respect. And I'm going to say that because all the way through the 6.5 years that I've been with ONPASSIVE, I have had the utmost respect for Mr. Mufareh, for his family, and for each and every founder. And I'm obviously not getting it from so many of you out there. This started, and I became aware of situations having started to brew just after my birthday at the end of June. And a beautiful birthday bash was a webinar that was on. You know, there were included as well. I have not done anything to incriminate myself, to be out of this. I too received a little bit of financial gifting through a system that Marty, Chris, and Minu set up to help me.
financial gifting.
And And I'm still fighting in my health sector. But this has not made any sense to me, and this has triggered me beyond my health. And I'm holding myself together, shaking at the emotional aspect of what this is doing. I'm devastated. And not knowing what I'm being accused of is even worse. I think you are cowards. I think the people and the person who started this, I thought more of so many of you. And I thought there was at least a mutual respect. Back to you, Marty.
Yeah, well, I thought there were some bad people and they'd probably be a problem. The two worst. It just doesn't make sense. And I don't want to get in a tit for tat and he comes out, well, you did this. And I say, no, I didn't. Ash could have called me privately.
Ding,
Marty,
ding,
I can't
ding,
believe
ding,
you
ding,
did
ding.
this. What? Tell me. And we go through it and find out. Okay. I was making promo videos. Those videos could go for any business. But anyway, I was making them. People ask me, well, I'd like to have one. When I make the videos, I use AI. For every character, I have to pay for it. It's not a lot, but it adds up. And it could take 15, 20, 45 minutes to make a video. Well, the first one takes a lot longer.
And you just did that free, even though you're paying for those characters. So you were paying for these characters and everything, and you weren't paying for your mortgage. Does that actually make sense?
Like people would ask, and I said, look, I can, but I'm going to have to charge you something for it. Now, they asked me originally. I didn't ask them. I just said, if you want one, and they called me and I said, look, I'm going to be upfront. I can't just keep doing it. I'm good and broke.
Uh-huh.
That's what happened. A couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I called me and said, hey, that's probably not a good idea. Not now, especially. Can you take it down? Yes, sir. Went over, took it down, deleted on everybody's channel, never did it again. Ever again.
Marty.
Because I don't want to jeopardize anything. I wasn't doing it.
Those promotional video things, I mean, you didn't do that just yesterday. That's not like something new that you just started. I mean, be real. You've been making your little AI videos, your own promotional videos for quite some time. And so logically then it's like, well, then you've been helping people for.
Could I use the money? Yeah. Can I get a job? No. Can I find a business? Yeah, but I didn't. I never did. I just wish this could have been what I thought it was. I thought people would be upfront. People that I talked to, cried with, laughed with, no one. But there was a group of you that believed me. I'm still going to do what I do. And I'm not doing it necessarily for the company. Okay? I'll take that name off. I wish I knew what was going on, but obviously he'd better say what he said. In fact, the statement says, we know what we did and we're pretending like we don't. That's
to be getting updates and to be getting the news of where this was going to go. I was so excited to be walking into the new.
I can tell you where it's going, Robin. It's been in the toilet. And so, you know, it's just being flushed into the canal.
That Ash was creating with the people who had been loyal to him these years. And the sadness, the devastation that this is what you in particular, because of your loyalty throughout all these years, through everything that you've done, and me in my own little way, but I have always, always supported, respected, and encouraged and spoken positively and truthfully on behalf of the company. There were so many people who did not know who I would Ash over the course of my 6.5 years. I guess my loyalty hasn't counted for much, and my integrity has been stomped on. I've got nothing more to say, Marty. I don't know what to say. There is one thing that I also discovered, again, this was done a while back, was that there are people who have hacked Marty's Facebook page, that have created fake Martys and things like that, just like they did with Ash, just like they did with other.
Okay, if people are creating other accounts, that's not being hacked. Being hacked would be if they take over his actual account, Robin.
People, and I'm just so sad that people haven't questioned what they're seeing and have believed the worst in Marty in particular, and now me, without any further investigation or questions or discussions. Marty, I stand with you because I know that you've done nothing wrong. I hold my head up high. I was proud of the work I did with ONPASSIVE and with Mr. Mufareh, and I'm devastated that this is how it could be ending. I'm still leaving the door open in the hopes that you'll have the decency to contact me and ask questions and tell me what I've done wrong. And if that doesn't happen, well then, it's everybody's loss. Mine and the companies and the founders who were with us. But I'm not closing the door yet. I don't believe it has to end this way, but it might be out of my hands and there may be no going back from this with what's been said and what we've been accused of without knowing what we've done. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me. I hope whatever with ONPASSIVE in my mind and in my heart, and at the moment, whatever I talk about and however I talk about will continue to be positive and in the real truth of what ONPASSIVE's integrity and development was going to be to help humanity, because that's the reason why I joined this company. I saw something, I heard something, and I hope that that is still going to happen. Thank you, Marty. I'm so sorry this is happening to you.
No, it's happening to you too. Yeah, I'm sad. The worst case scenario happened today with that post. I was foolish enough to think that Ash was protecting me. Obviously, he wasn't. Like I said, I'm not bad-mouthing anybody. I just wish whoever knows, Ash, yourself, or anybody knows what I did, you could contact me and tell me. You already made up your mind. At least common courtesy. God wouldn't want us to do that. Anyway, I'm going to go, and I look forward to any feedback, really, that's positive. I could use it, and so could Robin. Anyway, sorry we had to do this. Worst day of my life in 6.5 years in this company. Health-wise, this-wise. And hopefully even after the post, they still love me because I still love them. I'm just sad. I'm just really, really sad.
Marty, I have one other thing to say, please. I've already started receiving hate mail. I've already started receiving messages from people who trusted me, believed me, loved me. How could you do this? How dare you? Who are you? And a lot worse. So if anybody's listening to this, you don't need to send messages like that. This is bad enough. Handle your own emotions about this, because we did not do anything wrong. And if I get these types of messages, I'm saying right now, I'm not responding, and I will probably block you. I'm not accepting this. I'm sorry. I cannot accept this. My health will not take it, and I will not go forward in this type of negativity. And I'm signing off now. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Let's stop this. Good golly, Miss Molly. There we have it, my friends. And by having it, I mean, it's nothing good. Nothing good. All of it's just, it is unreal on so many levels. I'm looking at Marty's channel again, and I've got to find a couple of other things that I had up. So give me a moment. Oh, good Lord. You don't want to hear that. Oh, is it? Hang on just a second. Ah, that is why. That is why. Okay. In just a moment. To get up what I need to find. And I had something in an email, and so I'm trying to find it. So you guys continue to talk amongst yourselves and entertain each other, as I know you are also very good at. Okay. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me take this message off. I need to get a sip of my drink. Good night. On Fusion, Marty DeGarmo. Well, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. And I accidentally removed myself. Trying to scroll up. Dang it. I can't seem to do that on the chat. What happened here? There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Deb, no one knows exactly what happened. It's just, we all, right? The whole hacked thing is just like, what? And yes, I agree about their tune changing. I mean, I do find it interesting how quickly everyone's tune changed. And I also find it interesting that both Marty and Robin are, quote, surprised of how no one is talking to them and how they're being treated and such. Whereas I'm quite sure they've experienced this, but from a different perspective. So they know it goes down, if it has been on them in the past, not to this scope. Jelly says, You know, Jelly, every time I'm looking at your avatar from a distance, it's looking like him from the Powerpuff Girls. So I keep thinking of that. So if I ever say him, that's why. Robin trying to distance herself from Marty, it seems, with that statement. I'm not sure which one that you said that to, but I think everybody's going to be like distancing themselves from certain people at different times. I think it's going to be a lot of almost as if you're playing Go Fish and people are discarding and picking up and discarding and picking up, that they're just kind of like, trying to, because they're like the rules have changed. They don't know what they are. So yeah, that's what I feel that's going on. CD says, boo-hoo. How can they hate the voice? Right? The rift begins. Yep. It is coming undone. Hey, Kig. How are you, my love? Oh, the poor voice and poor Marty Boo-hoo. I guess they will have to join a new business opportunity. Good chance that one will release products earlier too. And I bet you that one for Marty will be the last one he joins as well. There is another video. I'm going to be sharing one of Mike Ellis. So I'm not sure which video you're referring to, Johnny. No, there's not. There's nothing to update on the SEC case other than just waiting is all. Nothing from Marty, like another one from today. Okay, let me go and look. Thank you. Let me go and check this out. Okay. Because I did play I am going to play the one from that one. I think I have that one pulled up to play. I think I do. And if I don't, oh gosh. And if I don't, I have it up here now. Okay. All right. Thank you for that reminder. 17 is up, guys. I'm not sure what this means, love. I wonder what the Indian founders make of this. Well, how can you be like, hey, everything's rocking and rolling, Lamar says, hey, Lamar, how are you, sweetheart? So the only update recently is the no's are now bet called ones. Now bet called ones. That's it. So there's nothing to be seen. Nothing to be seen. Right. If something was happening, I was hacked. The whole hack thing is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It seems like Marty was double dipping. Yeah. Or get some kind of money. Maybe Ash got mad that he wasn't getting a kickback. Wow. That's interesting. So making the videos, he wasn't getting a kickback. Huh. She was like, sorry, this is happening to me. And Marty said it's happening to you too. Okay, wow. Been a lot of support from Marty in the chat. Indian founders, says Queen, seem to be split. Some are angry. Well, yeah. And see through Ash now. Others are pledging their. I mean, that's typical of them. Yeah, that's typical. Yeah, I knew she went live. So she says won't stream with anyone ever again, and she stands with Ash. I wonder what Sherry will do. I guess we will see when she streams tonight. That will be interesting. Just, I think she will be devastated. Let's see. Just waiting. Yeah, right. We're all just waiting. Yeah. Hey, We are good at waiting and having patience. And I swear, if somebody tells me to be patient, that is now triggers me big time. I think it's just a different way to say Ash hates Marty. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. Oh, there's a new back office message posted. Well, lovely. I will look at that later. Unless anybody has it that can just show it to me real quick, send it to email it to me or something. I can see if I can log on. So there's that. But we definitely will take a look at Julie's for sure. She's looking a little rough these days. Okay. Okay. I'm having problems connecting with that. We will just we're going to go look at Mike, and we will look at Julie as well. So let me go ahead and share Mikey Poo. Is sharing, right? This is just a short one from the, I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
The last week has been a really, really busy week, a very eventful week. And what I wanted to do today is come out and just give a little clarity to what's been going on. To start with, Dan Street did a post in Facebook. And the post that he did, it was from Dan Street. And the post that he did, it was 100% correct. I also want to let people know that Dan Street and myself.
Wow, I love that he's the post, but yet doesn't say what the post was. That's interesting. Okay. It's kind of thanks.
Mike Ellis, we are no longer working with Marty DeGarmo, Mr. DeGarmo. We will no longer do webinars. We will no longer do lives. We will no longer with Mr. DeGarmo. We also have detached ourselves from ONPASSIVE Nation. And ONPASSIVE Nation has run its course. It's no longer viable. And moving into the future, it just won't work. So we have detached ourselves, Dan Street and myself, Mike Ellis, completely from ONPASSIVE Nation. Now, I'd like to tell everybody that we will continue to work with those leaders that are engaged and following Mr. Mufareh. We will continue to be on their lives, their webinars, really wherever they want us to show up. We will go there and actually talk with people. I also want to tell you that tomorrow I will be doing another video on O News 6, the last note that Mr. Mufareh put in the back office. It is extremely powerful. And if you catch the undertones of what Mr. Mufareh was saying, you're going to understand how powerful it is for you, for your life, for your future. It really, really some cool stuff that are in that note he left, and I'll be going over that tomorrow. But today, we are done with Street, myself, Mike Ellis, we're done with Mr. DeGarmo. Moving forward, Dan and I will continue to do what we do, and we're very, very excited what Mr. Mufareh is showing us with the notes that he's putting in the back office. Can't wait for notes 7 and 8. 6 was just absolutely awesome. 7 and 8, I can't even imagine. But tomorrow I'll go over note 6, and I think you're going to be pleasantly pleased at what it does for you. That's it for today, guys. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.
Now, I will say, that was Mike. I'm going to stop sharing. I will say that was handled very professionally, because all Mike said is like, hey, Marty, Dan, and we've had a parting of the ways. Basically, it sounds like whatever happened, they just don't agree with whatever it was with Marty, and they decided we are no longer working with Marty. And that is perfectly fine for people to do. And whatever that reason is, I would say is probably why Ash is no longer working with Marty, and then subsequently Robin. And honestly, they don't owe anyone an explanation as to why, because they feel like, well, we're a family. You should tell me. And that's kind of the problem when you're supposed to be in a quote business and you're mixing it up with like, oh, but you know, we all just love each other and sing kumbaya. And it's like, oh. And you think it's all this personal stuff when it's really not. Does that make sense? And now we know that Dan and Mike have a business relationship. But you know, you think about this. Have you ever had a falling out with a friend? I have. As an adult, I have. And that sucks, right? And sometimes it's like, you know, for whatever reason, you know, maybe you had a work buddy, and that work buddy said some personal stuff that you had confided in them, and then you found out that they told other people. And now all of a sudden you realize you can't confide in that person about your personal stuff, because it's going to just spread all over the place. So I wonder if Marty's going to pay back Dan and Mike too. Yeah, I wonder that, because, you know, I wonder if, you know, Mike and Dan were getting anything that Marty has been paid over the years from Ash. And did Marty do something where he kept stuff and did not share out what he should have? I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's a possibility, you know? On the replay, what an adventure at the Galleria, right? Thank you. Yeah, it was. Louisiana, it was an adventure. Oh my gosh. Monhun says, I despise clients whose businesses claim to be like family. It's always a mess because of the lack of relationship boundaries. Bingo. There you go. Even as an outsider, the tension and awkwardness is obvious in most cases. Exactly. You just shouldn't mix those things. Just saying about like, you don't poop where you eat, or you don't poop where you, I don't know. There's some kind of, I can't remember what the saying is. It's like, there are some things that you learn, you just don't do. And one of those things is, you know, your business relationships are just that, business. For instance, myself, I have a very good relationship with my manager. And typically on our one-on-ones, we BS a lot. And then like for 2 seconds, you know, I update her on whatever's going on with my project. That's very normal for us. However, it is still a business relationship, you know. There's that. There's one person that I do work with that I because like we are really close like that. And I have a few people like that in my life. But for the most part, your work people, your work buddies, that's what they are. They're your buddies at work. Has anybody here watched Severance? Because that kind of like came to my mind, because within Severance, when they're at the job, all those people are very tight knit. But as soon as they leave, it's like, as not so much. They don't know each other. And that's kind of like really the way it should be. Okay, now we are going to watch another one, and that is going to be Julie Bug. Little Julie Bug. Okay. All right. Let's see. I want to see what CD says. Does this mean Dan Street will start getting paid by Marty's share by Ash? Huh, interesting. Lamar says, I think Marty did do some shady shit, but you can out shady. Right? Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing, the family dynamic is what made it stable and still here. Without the business would have folded years ago. And hello and welcome, Jan. And I'm so sorry I cannot pronounce your full name, and I was trying to show you. And thank you very much for the purple hat for that emoji. And the Mossar, tell that to my work wife. Oh yeah, I've had a work husband, and now my friend, my buddy, I call her my work wife. You know, it's like we're just so close. And Mark says, you don't make real friends at work. That's what my wife told me, and she was so right. Exactly. It's like it's they're your friends as long as you're at the office, but when it comes to things, not so much. Now I will say, there was this place that I worked at, and this is when I designed training for the Army, and there are people, there's one person I'm still in touch with her, and I mean, we are friends, we still talk ever so often, and she's friends with a couple of people. And there was this guy that if I was like on the side of the road and I needed something, I was in dire straits, there's nobody else helping me, I would call some of those people, and I'm very confident that they would help me, because we had that close. It was a very unique situation, but that's not how it is everywhere. Then there's other people I've worked with that I'm like, I don't know what, I mean, I see them on LinkedIn and that's about it. Okay. So now we have Julie, and she is looking rough. Julie, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You are looking rough, and I know you've been through a lot, and I know you've waited a long time, and I'm wondering if you're still, basically having to be support. Okay, here we go with Miss Julie. Chalupa, you're going to have to wait, baby. Mama will take you out if it stopped raining.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic. I just want to come on and do a very short video today, and I have something to say. There was another pop-up today in the OES. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. And I just wanted to come here and say something about Mr. Mufareh's personal message. I stand by Mr. Ash Mufareh and support his decision. There are so many things that we don't know at this point, but I do know Mr. Ash Mufareh's heart. And I know it must have been very hard for him to post what he did today for business. And I believe our business is not paused, not stopping. I believe it is moving
It's not
forward
going anywhere.
better and stronger and solid
How can you
because
believe
of
that?
the unified vision
confused.
we all have with Mr. Ash Mufareh. The
That doesn't
big,
mean you have a
bold,
business.
beautiful dream or the big, bold, beautiful tapestry is woven, and it will be reviewed to the world.
Good
I don't
Lord.
know
Jesus.
when, I don't know how, I don't know what it is, but
Oh,
I
good Lord.
believe that big, bold, beautiful tapestry.
Okay, there's this dream I was told about. Have no idea really what it is. You know, I just know about it, and I just trust and believe it's all gonna, you know, come true. Just poof, it's just magically gonna appear. Good Lord.
Tapestry dream, it's already there. So remember, and I say this to myself all the time, everything will happen at the right time, at the right place, and how it's supposed to be. The question that I'm asking myself and I'm asking everyone, are we ready to act? And so if
Stand
you
tall.
do, if you are ready, or if you do stand, please speak your words, speak it out, share it out, speak your heart. I also want to take this moment to make an announcement. From this moment on, I am officially not allowing any third party to stream on my YouTube channel. Stream on my YouTube channel will have my name to it. Okay? It is not allowed if they have posted anything today or from this point on. So that's just my short message today. Thank you so much for jumping on here just to listen to my very short message. And I do hope that you are excited, because I am. I'm very excited and looking forward to the next step in our business. And remember, big, bold, beautiful dream. And we are all share the same vision. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being you. I hope you are well. Stay safe. Take care. Good day, my other friends in other country. Take care of yourself.
Goodness. That means I stand with Ash. I stand with Ash. That's what I do. I'm Julie and I stand with Ash. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, that's what we know with her. Yeah, that's what we know. Well, guys, Chalupa, I know he wants to at least, I need to check and see if I can take them outside because it's, you know, it's been a moment and it's been raining and everything. And I apologize about the sound and all of that. And I'm sorry I had all those blasted tabs. I just didn't even think about that when I went live because I'm a little dingy. What can I say? It's been a minute since I've gone live, and there are some things I will say where I will be relocating. And for the people who are my, you know, chronic pain warriors, you may be interested in some things that I'm thinking of doing with my friend. She is a yoga teacher. And I'm like, look, could you do something for my dystonia? And she's like, well, you know, I'd have to research, you know, the muscles and everything. And I'd also have to like show her like, you know, like what's going on, and we'd have to discuss it and all of that. But I was thinking, you know, because I'm in some different groups of other people who suffer with dystonia. And really, I mean, like mine is like my head juts a particular way, but it doesn't jut as bad as like other people, and it doesn't wobble. But mine is like so ingrained in the amount of pain that I am in. everyone is what I am coming to find out. And oh my, I guess I got unplugged too, because I just noticed I don't have much juice left on my laptop. Anyway, that's something that I would like to do with her. And if we can get her sister to come there, her sister is, I have a dance background, but not like her sister, who was, very strong in ballet. And I'm like, what if we fused yoga and ballet for this pain thing? Because I know, like, for me, my neurologist is like, talks about stretching and stuff, which I need to do. And sometimes it's very hard to do, especially with everything, the lack of my ability to move. Because, like, I think I'm turning my head sideways. I'm not. It's just my eyes are going to the wall, and I can't turn my head all the way. So I'm like very limited. I think those of you out there who deal with chronic pain, it might end up being something that you would be interested in. And possibly if you have a particular condition, that you can let me know what it is, where it's bothering you. And I can ask Jamie if she could, incorporate something for you. This is like, I don't know if this is going to happen or when it's going to happen, but it's something that, I've been talking to her about, which I think could be really interesting. Because I think it's something, especially for people who have dystonia, because it's such a unique thing, because there's only like 60,000 people in the world who have this. But also, like different pains like this, it's any kind of exercise, stretching and stuff would be good for other people as well. But I think people who have dystonia would be very appreciative of something that's like really kind of targeting stuff for them. Because again, we're like that redheaded stepchild in terms of, you haven't really heard much about dystonia, have you? But Parkinson's, yeah, both are a movement disorder. So there's a relationship there. There's your little lesson in medical shit that I'm not a licensed anything. But that is something I'm thinking about. And there's some other things of other types of content that I'm also thinking about as well, which I am going to continue covering on passive and scams and stuff, but I'm doing it at a limited time. A lot of it has to do with the amount of pain that I have been in and other things going on in my life where I have such a limited amount of time for anything. It makes it difficult sometimes for me to just mentally it. And, we will continue to see what's going on, because I'm definitely going to be, taking out my bag of popcorn and seeing like, well, what's going on here? Because it really is crumbling from within, which is always an interesting thing to watch something implode. So you guys have a good one. Chalupa and salsa. They send you, happy tales. And don't forget, you're beautiful and I love you. Have a good one. Until next time, everyone. I'll see you then. Bye for now.